What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to take a look at the Black Ops 6 beta running here on the Steam Deck LCD with Windows 11 installed, and performance is actually pretty good here. I wasn't going to make this video, but you know what? Enough of you guys out there running Windows or want to know how this runs, and with the over 100 FPS using frame gen, I kind of thought it was interesting to take a look at here. Plus, I really wish this game and some others would work over on SteamOS, and maybe one day we'll get there because performance is quite good. And you can see all the settings here for yourself. Everything's pretty low, 800p, FSR3 at balanced, and if you want to go back and check out those settings you can, but there's room to tweak there. I didn't worry about that too much because it's just a beta. And running here at the 800p, the custom low settings, FSR3 balanced, frame gen is off, and 4 gigs of VRAM. Performance is pretty good here. Now I ran around on a couple of different maps to see how this would work, and I'm not doing great myself. I need to learn a lot with the Omni movement, especially with the controls here on the Steam Deck and all of that. But I was having a pretty good time with this on all the different handhelds, to be honest with you, from the Ally X this weekend to the Legion Go, and here on the Steam Deck running some Windows 11 just to see how that felt. And I also tried this over on the Steam Deck OLED. I didn't bother capturing anything there, but it runs pretty much the same, maybe slightly better performance with the sped up RAM and that kind of stuff we have over there, but it was pretty much the same. The only thing is we still don't have the audio working with the speakers with the drivers there, so it's not something I really use much as far as Windows on the OLED yet. So really just showing that on the LCD. Now, if we switch this over to frame gen, in-game frame gen on, this is actually really good. This is where we can hit anywhere from 80 to 120 FPS pretty easily, and oftentimes over 100 FPS here on the OLED. And yeah, there's some increased input latency, and with, you know, more competitive PvP like this, I understand why a lot of people wouldn't necessarily want to use frame gen. I use it a lot more in single player games than I do PvP, but I will say on this device here running Windows 11, I thought it felt pretty good. I can tell the input latency difference between not having it on and having it on, and it is a bit snappier when we have it turned off. But I do like it, and I do think it works pretty well here. And checking it out on a couple of different maps, I really didn't have that much trouble being able to run around and get a few kills, get killed myself, get owned by a few kids who are absolutely just sweating over Omni movement already. But I figure if you play Call of Duty like old Call of Duties, maybe we'll confuse them and get some kills from time to time. But anyways, being able to run this game this well here is really good, and it's another reason why I know a lot of people have maybe moved on from Call of Duty, right? And that's fine, but I still tend to play the game a good bit and check it out from time to time. And when it comes to Black Ops, the campaign especially, and that is something I'm looking forward to testing on all of the devices, including Windows on the Steam Deck when that releases in October. Now let's go ahead and turn frame gen off on this same map here and take a look at performance as well, which it'll range anywhere from like 58 FPS, 48, 50 FPS all the way up to 70 something FPS. It can really vary depending on where you're at in some of these maps, and I'm sure in larger, if they have larger map areas like they do in Modern Warfare 3 and 2 and stuff like that with the larger battles, that could certainly be much lower FPS. And if our base FPS gets too low, frame gen is not going to work that great. But you can see here, because we do maintain a base FPS of above 50 most of the time on these maps, at least in the beta, it does make in-game frame gen work really well and feel pretty good. So I think it's just going to come down to how you want to run the game when this comes out. Hopefully performance will be really good on all the handhelds, including the deck with Windows when the game actually launches, including the campaign, but we'll just have to see what happens with that. And zombies is another thing I'm really interested in being able to check out here when that releases. But yeah, same map here, turning frame gen back on, and again over 100 FPS in a lot of areas. Input latency is there and increased a little bit, but honestly I adapt pretty quickly, and it's kind of a trade-off here deciding between the higher frames and the input latency. I'm also on a 60 Hz screen, of course, with the LCD, so there's only so much benefit I can truly get or feel from that. But if you're docked into a higher refresh rate monitor, or maybe if you're on the OLED, that's certainly going to feel a lot better over there. So there should hopefully be a lot of room to play if you're a Windows user with the Steam Deck and Call of Duty Black Ops 6 comes out this October, for you to be able to jump in and play the game, be it the campaign, zombies, or multiplayer. But we'll certainly test all that when it comes out. But anyways, guys, this has been a quick look at Call of Duty Black Ops Beta running on Windows 11 here on the Steam Deck LCD. Thanks a lot for having to check out the video as always. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.